Yo, what is up everybody? Prime Dice here again with another video, the video that you guys have been waiting for. I saw that you guys really enjoyed my intro video to the Bit Hero builds and everything. I really do appreciate all the good feedback, the anticipation for this build guide series, you know. Thank you so much for your support, everybody that has donated in any way, shape or form, like Esa Yotaro. Thank you so much, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Again, so this is going to be, we're going to start off with this first build of the series. Okay, again, if you guys are enjoying the content and everything, just make sure to share some love and support and everything. Okay, if by the end of the video you think that this is actually worth it and whatever, don't forget to like the video and subscribe as well. Okay, so with that being said, the first build that we're going to be going over is going to be the Witchum build. Okay, I'm going to explain all of you where to get the Witchum build, how much it costs for the up tier, where to get Soul of Ascarian, where to get Clover, Mythic accessory, Mythic pet, Mythic mount, and where to get the runes. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail when it comes to the ancients, the Mythic accessory pets, and the Mythic mounts and all that stuff, etc. But as well as the runes, well, the runes I'm going to touch a little bit more into it, but all the other things I'm not going to, because I mean, if you guys want, I can make a video on how to get all the ancients and all that stuff, etc., so on and so forth, you know. But at least I'm going to show you where you guys can actually get it. Okay, so just in case this video is going to be a long video, right, this is for all you nerds out there like me that wants to understand and see the logic behind the build and why does it work and why it does what it does. Okay, also I got a big surprise for you guys. So there is a, whenever you begin to see the pictures and all that stuff, that the pictures are going to be on top and whatever, there's a little Easter egg in one of the pictures. Okay, whoever can find it will earn a $30 gift from the Bit Hero shop. Okay, you can use it to buy, I don't know, I mean, what is in here that's $30? I don't even remember no more. You can split it up, or you can buy a push pack, or you can buy an invasion one, or whatever, you know, or you can save $20 more and you can get a hyper push pack. Okay, so $30 that is the giveaway, and this is how you guys need to do. Okay, first you guys need to either go down below and join my Discord, or you can find me on the site. The reason why I say that is because that way you can find me easy and you can send me a DM on Discord. The first person that sends me a DM and finds the Easter, I will gift you guys the $30 for whatever you want to buy in shop. Okay, it has to be through via Zelle or via Cash App. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump into the video. Bear with me, this is going to be a long video. Hopefully it's not that long. So I have some notes that I've taken, you know, so that way I don't miss out on anything. I'm trying to give you the best content that is possible when it comes to Bit Heroes, and I don't want to miss a beat when it comes to the build, guys. Okay, and if you guys see that I make a mistake, if you guys see that I say something that is wrong or whatever, please feel free to correct me down below, and I will make sure to pin your comment to the top so everybody else can see. Okay, because remember, the idea behind these series that I'm doing right now with the builds is to provide the best information out there when it comes to Bit Heroes and the builds, and I want to be as accurate as possible, you know, because Zombie Slayer really did a really good job. He put in a lot of work in actually creating the text and the pictures and everything when it comes to the builds, and I need to honor that by doing an amazing job as well, you know. Aside from Zombie, you know, just watch my intro video and you guys will know like everybody that contributed and actually helping out in the creation of this series. Okay, so to start off, let's start off with Witchum build. Okay, so we are going to start off with our general PvE content of the Witchum build. Okay, perfect. So let me continue. My daughter actually barged in or whatever, so I had to cut the video and whatnot. So okay, so let's start by going over where can you get Witchum. Okay, Witchum is a tier 17 set, which you can find it in Trials and Gauntlet. I'm already in tier 17. You can actually find that in Trial and Gauntlet. And in here, you will see the Witchum set in here. Okay, so Witchum RC tier 17, you need to up tier it 4 times in order to get it to tier 21. Okay, the good thing about Witchum is that in the pictures you will actually see that we use Starweave as a placeholder and whatever, you know, but you don't need Starweave. That is the good thing about Witchum, right? Witchum build is the build that you actually need to get. I should have said this at the beginning. Witchum build is a set that you need to get in order to get all the other sets, all the other builds that are in the series. Okay, I think I said it in my intro video, but just in case, I want to reiterate it again so you guys are tracking. That's why we're starting out by the Witchum build. And why is it good? Because whenever you have all 4 pieces, the last piece that you will need is the ring, you know. So it's also a Witchum build. Instead of our up tiering Starweave all the way from tier 9, I think Starweave is, all the way to tier 21, that is an ancient. Trust me that you're going to be so broken materials that shit is going to trickle into real life, and you're going to have to sell your house in order to up tier Starweave all the way to tier 21. Okay, so with that being said, the 4 pieces of Witchum, you can find it here, tier 17, quick and easy. Okay, how much does it cost to actually up tier each piece of Witchum all the way to tier 21, right? Okay, so I found that funny. I'm gonna leave that last part in there because I just love my reaction, because apparently everybody and their mama wants to bug me today when I'm doing this video. So again, I do apologize. Another break. Okay, anyway, how much does it cost to up tier this damn Witchum? Okay, hopefully I can get through the damn video and nobody else bugs me, you know. So obviously over here, let's go into the smithy, right? I have not up tiered this one, so it will cost you 500 of the current in tier that you have the Witchum. So if you have your Witchum tier 17, you will need 500 tier 17 materials in order to complete that first portion, right? And then you will need 250 materials of the next tier. So in this case it will be 250 tier 18 materials in order for you just to get it to tier 18. Okay, not to max it out. To max it out, you will need an additional 600 tier 18 materials in order to max it out. So you will need a total of 850 tier 18 material in order for you to be able to upgrade to up tier and then upgrade it and max it out. Okay, aside from these little things, the confetti and the olives and whatever, you know, I didn't bother to explain where you get those, because you will get them eventually, you know, especially when you continue to go up the tiers and all that stuff, etc., you know. So I didn't bother to do that. Feel free to leave it in the comments below if you guys want to do that. You know, to be honest, I really didn't thought that was necessary. So that's what you will need just to up tier and then max out and whatever, and you continue to do this all the way to tier 21. Okay, the next thing on the list, where can you get Soul of Ascarium? Soul of Ascarium is an ancient that you will actually be able to get it in the tier 16 D4. Okay, so you do that tier 16 D4, you complete it, and then you will need the pieces in order to craft it, and boom, you will get it. Okay, again, most likely I will cover a different video talking about ancients and whatever, but in the meantime you can actually go over, I think it's World Eater or Andy, that they actually have videos when it comes to the ancient pieces and all that stuff, etc., you know. So a way, if you want to learn like in detail about the ancients and whatever, you can go over to his video. I will make a video again, but I will do it later down the line, not just now, you know, because otherwise this video is going to be like 15 minutes and whatever, and where everybody interrupted me, there's going to be even way more. Okay, Clover, you get in the tier 17 D4, at least for Soul of Ascarium. And for Clover, I have a video guide on how to clear those 2 dungeons, so just go over and watch my videos. Most likely I will leave it on top or whatever, so you guys can actually just go over there and you guys can actually see how to clear those D4s. That guide is still relevant, you know, you can use it, and maybe you are way more lucky than me. Okay, where to get your mythic accessory and pet. Okay, so for your mythic accessory, if you don't know where I am, if you're outside, you have this. Whenever you save a piece into the armory, you will unlock your armory place. Okay, that is down here, like from the main square, just go down to the left and go in here, and from here And from here, just make sure to go out top, and you actually see your mythic accessories and your mythic pets. In order for you to be able to even see them, you need to get like the molten tin at least. You know, the component cream, you're going to get it throughout the journey. Gold, you will always have it, and the curio or the collars, you will also have it. If you don't have collars, and you're unlucky like me, collars they drop by doing PvP or GVG. Okay, only where to get collars, or the events, right? Because apparently I only get collars from events. The curio, I don't remember where it was. I think it was from raids, if I'm not mistaken. We can check it out real quick. I always forget. Yeah, from raids. Okay, so that's how you will unlock the RC for the mythic accessories, the mythic pets, and all that stuff. When it comes for your mounts, that is the next one on the list. Mounts, you will need the spectral bone. Okay, spectral bone, you get them by crafting legendary mounts. That the legendary mounts are going to be here. By crafting legendary mounts, you need a total of 6 legendary mounts, and then you need to melt those damn legendary mounts in order to get the spectral bone. Because each time you get one and you melt, it will give you 5 spectral bone, and you need 30. Okay, these ones are, you cannot roll for the mythic mounts, but you can hard craft, direct craft them. Okay, apparently my brain is getting fried right now. So that is the good thing about the mythic mounts. There, you will get a mythic mount first than actually getting an accessory or a pet, you know, unless you're hella lucky and you get a legendary accessory. So how do you, before I even forget, how do you get molten tin for the accessories? You need to get a legendary accessory first. My recommendation is to get that legendary accessory all the way to +3 and then melt. Okay, because you will get more molten tin the more that you continue to upgrade it. Okay, I believe you get 5 per +1 and whatever, if I'm not mistaken, or you get 6 or something like that. Again, I will leave all the details below, or I will put the text of how much you are going to get it and whatever, you know, because apparently I can't remember. The prism does the same thing, just +3 the legendary pet and whatever, and then feel free to melt away, so that way you can get prism dust. Because getting a legendary pet and legendary accessory, sometimes it is really difficult for you guys to be able to do it, especially if you're a free to play. Okay, component cream, you will get it eventually, as well as critter jelly. Those ones you can get it from the events, from either doing PvP, either by doing gauntlet, expedition, all that stuff. Like in the rewards, you will actually see it and you will get it. I think it is from a certain point of tier that you will actually begin to get it as rewards, you know. So it is something that slowly but surely you will be able to get it. And if I'm not mistaken, from fishing as well, if you go over into events, I think it is, and rewards, and here, no, so this right now it is the micro ship, but over here you can also get component cream and all that stuff, if I am not mistaken. Okay, yeah, because right now it is for the augments and whatever, you know, but I have seen it in there. So okay, so the runes, where can you craft the runes and everything, especially the mythic ones? The runes is with this guy, you know, you will see the runes and everything in here. Also in the smithy, you will be able to put in runes, and you will actually be able to see the runes. Okay, obviously whenever you craft your legendary runes, and whenever you melt, you will be able to get the gloomy marble that you need in order to craft your mythic runes. Okay, obviously that is a brief overview of everything, just so that way you guys know where to get each item, where to get everything. Again, if you want to see more detailed information on runes, ancients, and all that stuff, just let me know, and I will put that on the to-do list in order to make that video, so that way you guys have like all the information you need, you know. Because again, this is going to be a lengthy video, because we still haven't even started in the build yet, you know. So that is the reason. But hey, I love talking, you know, and I love educating you guys, so you guys can have that knowledge. Okay, so where do we start off? Let's start off with the general PvE. Either you will see it on, most likely you will see it on top of the picture and everything, so you know what the build consists of. Okay, and we will be going everything that you need to have in order to make the build for it to work. Okay, even just a disclaimer, even if you don't find, or even if you don't see, even if you don't have, sorry, if you don't have all the pieces that are in the picture or whatever, just feel free to put a placeholder of anything in there. Okay, and I will show you an example because I don't have all the pieces for mine, and I still use the Witchum build to farm for everything else, you know. But the things that are in the picture, that is supposed to be your goal and what to get and what to complete and what to aim for, you know, so that way you always have something to do when it comes to the game. Okay, so obviously you got your 4 pieces of Witchum, right? What does a Witchum even do? Right, whenever you have 2 out of the 4 pieces, you have a 15% chance to attack closest for whatever damage, right? It's a whatever damage, and shield cell for whatever shield when you evade. Obviously, this is going to be based off of your attack stat and whatever. And whenever you have 3 out of 4, your enchant bonuses are double. So instead of having 2.5, you will have 5% in here. Okay. And then obviously you will have an additional 30% evade, but your SP regeneration is going to be obviously affected because you have the 4 out of 4, you know, but you get that 30% extra evade. That's what this does. That's what this does. Combust, obviously you have a certain 15% chance to combust the first enemy for whatever damage, for fire damage when your team gets hit. So every time your team gets hit and whatever, you have a 15% chance to combust the furthest enemy. Okay. And then Clover, we all know what Clover is. All random effects are rolled 2 times for a favorable outcome. So this works for everything that has a percent chance. For example, the 2 out of 4 of Clover, the 4 out of 4 of Clover. When it comes to your Soul of Iscarian, the 15% chance, that also will work. Your evade stat also will work. So anything that is a percent base, that you have a percent chance for it to be proccing, Clover is going to kick in, you know, and trust me, it is going to kick in, you know. Again, Starweave, if you're bored and you want to up to your Starweave, go for it, but you don't need Starweave for this to work. Okay, the only thing that you need, at least for the general PvE Witchum, where you're going to be using everywhere, it's going to be your Soul of Iscarian and your Clover are the main ones. Okay, so for this one, Fobbit is the one that is like best in slot, just because when it comes to Fobbit, you have a 30% critical chance and the 70% critical damage. Okay, the majority of your damage, you're going to be doing it because of the critical damage. Okay, obviously you got Dwatting in place for the pet, which Dwatting will give you heal and shield as well, which you can go in here and you can actually see the pets and whatever. It will have a certain percent chance to spread heal and shield, so this one is the best in slot for you. And when it comes to your mythic mount, obviously it's going to be this fool over here, Dracus, which have a good high attack stat, the stamina and the speed, you know. So that is going to be your main setup, as you're seeing in the picture, for your general PvE Witchum. So the runes, what does the rune does and how does it play into Witchum with everything that I just explained when it comes to the normal build, right? So you will have, so for this, on the relic rune, that is the upper left, you will have your wool. The artifact room, that is your upper right, you will have Mayu. On the meta room, that is in the middle, you will have Core, and then obviously all the four corners that are your major rooms is going to be some evade rooms. Okay, so what does all of this actually do, right? Let's go over here to this fool. Let's go into our relic rune, and this one is going to be wool, right? So what this does is that you have a 5% chance when you get hit to gain shielding equal to 10% of your current health. So whatever your current health is, you're going to get 10% shielding with that. So this one is a really good synergy with Dwatting, because Dwatting also gives you shields, right, and heals. And then obviously every time you evade on the 2/4, and with the 2/4, you will also get a shield cell for whatever every time you evade, so you will always have shields on top of you. Okay, perfect. So now that we have this, let's go over the Mayu. Okay, so what the Mayu does, if we go in here, what the Mayu does, and this one is going to be your artifact rune that is obviously at the top right. The Mayu, where was the Mayu? I always forget where they are. So this one, while you are at full health, damage increased by 10%. Okay, so every time that you're full health and whatever, Dwarden is going to be helping you with that and whatnot. So you're always going to be having 10% increased damage because of it. The next one is going to be your meta rune, and this one are the ones that are in the middle, right? This one is going to be your core. So whenever your health goes below 25%, your heals are 125% more effective. So this will help you out throughout the whole run. It can tackle any content, you know, to include world boss, you know, but we also have two different sets for world boss, but you can also use this one for world boss. And at the end of the day, just test out what actually works for you and the type of content that you're trying to do. Okay, obviously your enchant, you will have 6 enchant runes, 6 enchants in there, and all of them are going to be the 2.5% evade. Okay, so with that, I think I covered everything when it comes to the build, the runes and everything. The major runes are obviously you're going to have 3% evade when it comes to the rune. Okay, for the major runes. So your defensive world boss Witchum build. So this one, everything going to stay the same. The only thing that is going to switch is going to be the accessory for the build. That's going to be ascendancy. That if you go in here, offensive ascendancy. This one you have 50% crit chance, and every time you do a crit, you will have your damage, your critical damage increased by 2% up to a maximum of 10%. You will also have additional empower, and ours you will have that 7% dual strike. You will have Sarli as your pet, because Sarli it is a spread heal pet. And every time you get hit, you will spread heal. So if you're running with the team, it will heal everybody every time that you get hit and whatever. Obviously, you need to reforge and put it to when you get hit. All the pets and all these builds and whatever, it is when you get hit. That's really important for you to know. Okay. So Soul of Iscarium is going to be combust. Everything stays the same. The stat spreads also stay the same. The thing that is going to change obviously is going to be your artifact, your relic, and your meta rune. So when it comes for your relic rune, this is the upper left. This one is Dagala, and Dagala, what it does, if I can find it, so you will have a 7.5% chance when you get hit to heal yourself. You will have a 7.5% chance when you get hit to heal yourself equal to 10% of your current health. So whenever you get hit, you're going to be able to heal yourself for 10% of your current health. So this with Sarli, you will always going to be having health. Obviously there are some monsters and there are some mobs and world bosses and some bosses and world bosses that are just ridiculous, right? We all know about Voluspa and Fenrir and whatever, you know. This is going to help you out with the Nordic runs and all that stuff, because they are kind of brutal. Okay, so that, and then we got the Othel rune, that this one I don't know them by heart. Okay, so while you are at full health, you gain 10% in power. Okay, so you got the upper left rune that has a percent chance that it will heal you. You have your pet that is going to heal you, so most of the time you're going to be at full health, and whenever you're at full health, you get 10% in power, plus the empower chance that you have from ascendancy that just adds up. And then whenever your combust procs and whatnot, you have a percentage that your combust is going to be actually empowered. Okay, obviously the major runes are going to stay the same. They're still going to be your evade major runes, and your enchants are also going to be the same. So after this one, we got our offensive Witchum build, and the offensive Witchum build, everything except for your body, and obviously you will have Fobbit from the normal general on PvE Witchum build. And you will have, so that one stays the same, and then your body is going to change and your pet is going to change. Okay, so this one is more gears towards offensive world boss. Okay, So what does this does? So right now I'm running a kind of similar version of this one, because I don't have Fobet. I'm trying to get Fobet. I have Monarch's Command, and I'm running Kog. Okay, so Kog attacks attack closest. So every time I get hit and whatever, I will attack the closest enemy. And with this fool, with Sword Dig, he attacks the strongest enemies. So usually to kill Voluspa and Fenrir, it is way quicker with Sword Dig because of that. This is the modified version that I'm using because I don't have all the pieces. Again, remember what I told you at the beginning, that you can use whatever you have and see if it works. You know, this is what is working for me. So at least my Kog is actually is helping when it comes to this. And then obviously we got our Gamaloid Cyclone armor. Mine is still at tier 20. And what it does is that, especially if you're running solo world boss, especially Nordic, this prevents the death of a teammate, then heal and shield them for 150% once per adventure. So technically you have like a second chance to try and kill these fools before you get obliterated and you lose the run. Okay, right now with this build I can do tier 20. I have not tested tier 21. At the end I can actually showcase this for you. Again, it is a little bit hit or miss, just because obviously I don't have all the necessary gear for me to be able to do this. Okay, even for my runes, I don't have all the runes. The only one that I have here is the core one. Okay, and even though it's only 75% more effective instead of 150 or 125, I think it was. Okay, so the runes, whenever we go over to our relic runes, it is the Gala, that I believe that this one is the same one as the other one, you know, that when you have a certain percent chance when you get hit to heal yourself equal to 10% of your current health, right? Then we got the Othel rune for the artifact. In this one, you will get that empower, and obviously you got the core rune. That the core meta rune is going to be that you will get while below 25% health, heals are 100% more effective. Okay, so all of these one will work in synergy with your Gamaloid as well. Okay, it's obviously because we don't have a healing pet or anything like that. So obviously whenever you pop in Gamaloid and whatever, like the heal from that is going to be way more effective. And aside from that, that is the most builds that are used everywhere when it comes to world boss and when it comes to your general Witchum playstyle that you're going to be using. Okay, Zombie decided to throw in a little surprise for you. If you're watching up until this point, Zombie decided to throw in a little build out there when it comes to invasion. I didn't even know about this build, you know, so I was surprised when I saw it. And this build is specifically for invasion. Okay, so the build goes as follows. Okay, as you can see on the screen, so you have your normal Witchum setup, you have Clover as well, but in this case, if you look at your body is going to be the bar skin, right? What does the bar skin does? The bar skin, you cannot take more than 50% of your maximum health in one attack. You receive 50% less healing, which is okay, right? The whole idea for jacket, if you look at the stat spreads and the build on top, the whole idea for the bar skin is that you don't get one shot because we are really squishy. Okay, so the bar skin will help you with those high-end tiers when it comes to invasion. This is where the exo jacket is going to actually come in clutch. Why? Maybe you are looking at the build and you're saying like, hey Prime, why the hell do you even have Demeter as your accessory? Because when you're doing the high level content when it comes to invasion, it will come to a point where you are not going to be doing damage. So right here, you are just relying on whenever you get hit for the enemy to die by killing the cell because of the deflect. Okay, that's why we're running a really high attack. If you look at the amount, it's an epic pet, but everything is geared towards attack. Okay, so you got really crazy ass damage. You got your Demeter with your deflects. You got in the major runes, you got one major rune that is deflect. Your evade enchants are still going to be the same. And then when you actually go into your runes, when you go into your relic and your artifact runes, right, you got your Dagala that is going to be the same as the other one, that this one will actually help you to get healed, and this one is going to be paired with Dwarin, but the one that actually gives you more deflect is going to be your Uirail, whatever it's called, right? This one, while you're full health, gain 5% deflect, so it just continues to add towards it, okay? And if you look at the meter for your accessory, that I believe is a defensive accessory, you got 17% deflect chance, okay? So you got 17 from here, you got 1.5 from the major, and then you got the other place that for the rune that is like an extra 5%, okay? So again, you're relying that everybody gets destroyed by the deflect that they inflict on you. I mean, by whenever they attack you, you deflect that attack back and whatever, and that's how you're going to be killing everybody and just climbing through the top and invasion. So this is just a little, and no, this is not the Easter, okay? There's a little Easter in one of the pictures, so hopefully you guys will see it. But yeah, hopefully I covered everything. Let me go over my notes real quick. Let me see that I actually managed to cover everything. Yeah, because the most important things are the runes, you know. Again, if you need to have an epic rune in place or a legendary rune in place for you to be able to get the build where you need it to be, by all means do it. You saw the build that I am rocking right now. I'm rocking the offensive world boss Witchum, and it's working out to be pretty good, and it's not even optimized. I don't have the runes for it yet or whatever, you know. That's something that I'm working on, you know. And as a bonus, I'm going to showcase you me doing Nordic on tier 20 and tier 21. I don't know about tier 21, you know. Again, this is a hit or miss. See that I died and Gamaloid actually revived me right there, you know. This is tier 20 right now, so let's see if I'm lucky again. See, see, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does work, you know. But the win rate is high. I mean, if I continue to die, it doesn't even make sense, right? But again, it's hit or miss, you know, so it's like whatever. Sometimes I'm more lucky than this and whatnot, but again, I don't have the full setup of it. Tier 21, I don't even know if I can actually do tier 21, so most likely I can. Obviously, there's Torg is easy. Whoever dies to Torg is because they don't have no gear whatsoever, you know. So let's do it again real quick. See, boom, tier 21. I also clear it again. I mean, you guys saw that I cleared tier 21 as well, you know, and Voluspa was at the end of that run, so it's just more luck. Also, obviously I'm missing some runes, I'm missing the gear and whatever, but I just show you that it is possible. And this goes with everything when it comes to the build, okay? The most difficult things that is going to be for you guys to be able to up tier are going to be the ancients, but that is something that you can work on it little by little. Soul of Ascarium is something that is used in a lot of places, and Clover is another set piece that I will actually come in clutch when it comes to, like, it's used in most or maybe all of the builds, okay? So you guys understand what Clover does. If you go, I think I'm gonna leave the shug calculator on the description box below as well, so you guys can use it. So if you actually go over to the calculator, there's a section that says look calculator, right? The cap that you can actually have your evade is at 75%. If I'm mistaken, then just correct me again in the comment section below, but to my understanding, the max evade that you can actually have is 75%. So whenever you apply Clover to it, that from that 75, it goes to 93.75% of evade that you will have, you know. So unless you have really bad RNG like me, that I don't evade for shit, even with 93%, you're going to be good, you know. If you have really good RNG, you're going to be evading your ass off. You will always have shields and or health or whatever it comes to all of this, you know. Hopefully, look, these guys are going to be extensive, they are long and whatever. I really do appreciate your time for being here, for taking the time to watch this video, to trying to understand and be more nerdy when it comes to how all of these builds work and all that stuff, okay? So hopefully I didn't miss out anything. I hopefully I cover everything. You know, again, if there's additional content that you guys want to see from me, again, for when it comes to the mythic accessory, the pets, the mounts, and all the other craziness, the ancients and whatnot, just let me know and I will make sure to make that video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm done talking, so that way you guys don't get bored with all this shit and whatever. Hey, but I will see you in the next series, guys. Okay, most likely we're going to be talking about extort, or we're going to be talking about a different set or something. So let's see. Just tell me down below which build of all the ones that you saw from the intro you guys want to see next, okay? And I will make sure to make that the priority. Okay, Prime Dice out. Peace out, everyone.